everyone, welcome to Nailevition. Today I'm going to show you how to do this watercolor rose design. And now let's begin. Okay, first I'm going to apply accent options ice white for the base. Okay, cure this for 30 seconds. Okay, after it's been cured, I'm going to apply a thin layer of clear gel and do not curing it. Okay, now I'm going to make some white cloud or marbles onto the nail. So I'm using the gelish Arctic Freeze. So we apply the white gel onto the uncured clear gel. So the main part of the white will be the place you want to put your flowers. So I'm going to put my flowers mainly around this area. So I'm going to go like this. Do not apply too much because the white gel polish will spread. So now I'm having a little bit of clear gel. Put that onto my brush. And then I'm going to gently move the white gel to make it more like a cloud. Okay, so this area is the place I'm going to put my flowers on. Okay, let it spread a little bit more. Okay, now I'm pretty happy with the result. I'm going to cure that in the lamp. Okay, now it's been cured. I'm going to apply one layer of matte top coat. So I'm going to use this Dozen Nail Rich Matte Top Coat. You need one that is really matte, so it's easier for you to work on the watercolor on top. If you don't have a really matte top coat, you can use a normal structure gel and then just buff it with a 100 or 180 buffer after you have cured that. But today I'm just going to use the matte top coat. Make sure you apply it to the entire nail. There is no missing spot. And then cure that. Okay, now it's being cured and cleaned the inhibition layer, so it is really matte. Now I'm going to use my color palette. This is the Holbein 108 artist watercolors. So they are all like this, and I put them in color orders and then squeeze them into these little pins and let it dry. So with watercolor you can do this, as it's easier to carry like this rather than the whole palette. So I'll do this and then let it dry. Every time when I'm need to use it, I just need some water bottle, spray the water on it, and then it's good to go. You can do this with all watercolor colors, but you cannot do this separate thing with acrylic paint. Because with watercolor, after it's dried out of the tube, put in the pin and dried, you can still use it if you put water on it. it's more become like a solid watercolor. So it's not the tube anymore, but it's the same way you use the paint. But with acrylic paint, once it's dry, it's dry. You cannot reuse it with put water on it. So this is only suitable for watercolors, not for acrylic paint. And this is a kitchen sponge. I put some water in it. So with the amount of water it needs, for me is when I press on it, you can see the water, but it disappears straight away. So this is the amount of water I need on my sponge. I don't need another glass of water to rinse my brush or anything. Every time I need to use it, I just wipe my brush on it. So as you can see, when I press on it, it will have water come out. So this way is good for my brush and easier to clean up. And also need a small paper palette to mix the colors and see what color is the consistency of the color. Okay, now let's do our first flower. So I'm going to do one flower over here and another flower over here. Wet my brush, go in the color. Because we sprayed the water on the colors before, so the surface is already wet. So grab some color, put on the palette. That's the amount you're going to use for the flower. You don't need to go back every single time, and you don't waste too much of the colors as well. I'm going to mix a bit of the color. You can test on the palette as well to see if the color is too dark or not dark enough. Okay, let's go for our first petal. Small smile. And I use the tip of the brush, drag the color to make a small loop on top. Okay, this is your first petal. Clean the brush, grab some more colors. Over here, I'm going to do the second petal. So the second petal, I'm not going to do it from the end of the first petal. I'm going to do it from the middle. Okay, that's your second petal. Third petal is from this side, covering the tip of the last petal, and then go around here. That's your third petal. Now, continue on with other petals. Always one cover the last one. Okay, now I'm pretty happy with my first flower. I'm going to go on with my second flower over here. So I'm going to make it a smaller purplish color. So I'm going to make this as like a half of a flower. Have some of this second flower is underneath of the first flower. So I'm going to do half a petal over here, from here to it until here. So make it go around the first flower a bit. So I'm going to enhance the center of the flower a bit. Now I'm going with the leaves. I'm going to make it more like a vintage kind of look. So I'll grab some green, more like this kind of color. And I'm going to mix some raw sienna kind of brown colors inside. You can try with different colors here to get the look you want. Okay, so this is pretty much the color I want. Okay, I'm going to do petals here. And then clean brush with water. Okay, so make it more realistic, so not two triangles. Going to do some small ones on the other side. I'm going to do a little bit more on the top. Two over there. Then maybe another small one here. Now I'm going to do a bit more branches. So with the branches, I'm still using this vintage green, but I'm going to add more of the brown color in it. going to do one over here. Now I'm going to use clean brush with just water, and then slowly make it more like a gradient kind of look. So this is your first branch. Continue on with a bit more. Also add on a bit of the small little ones. Okay, now I'm finished with the branches. I'm going to add on a little bit of other small buds. One, two, three. And then I'm going to make them into like a small petal. Now I'm going to use some of this branch green. To cover the bottom. A little bit more green. Give that a little bit leaf. I'm making a little bit more over here. So let's make some blueberries. Okay, make some purple dots and then refine it. So now I'm going to draw with the branch color. And then some more leaves. Now I'm happy with the way it looks, so I'm going to cover it with structure gel, and then I'm going to draw some white outlines to the flowers and the branches. Okay, now I'm going to use some clear structure gel, a thick viscosity gels, and then cover the entire nail and do not cure. Now I'm going to use a very thin liner brush and some white gel paint to make with the outlines. You don't have to follow every single petal, just briefly outline, make it more freestyle. Okay, now making this center of the rose, one small line, some next to the branches, and some leaves, and around the small petal on the top. Okay, like this. And you can also do some lines across here or on top. I'm going to do 2 lines here. Maybe not on the other side, but a bit more like this. Okay. Once you're happy with it, just cure that. Okay, once it's cured, clean the inhibition layer. Okay, so I want to make some white cloud on the corner here, and maybe a little bit over here. So I'm going to use, this is just a empty bottle. I put some white acrylic paint inside, and also put in some water. So every time when I need to use it, I don't need to mix it. Like squeeze out the color and then mix it. So if it has a lot of water in it, it's not going to dry. Also, you need to seal the bottle pretty tight. Okay, so I'm going to get some of the white. And just wait for it to dry. Okay, after it's dried, it will look like this. So it looks like it has like sort of a dot of hot wax on it, or give it more of a vintage kind of look. And then I'm going to put on some chains and crystals on it. Okay, I'm going to use some white chains, and then measure the amount I'm going to need. And now I'm going to use the charm on bling gel. So I'm going to grab the chain and put it inside. I normally like to put my chains not evenly at the same height. I like to put them at a different height. So one longer, one shorter. And I'm going to need some gold sticks. Also dunk that into the gel. Put it on this side. I'm pretty happy with the outlook. And now I'm going to cure this. And now I'm going to use some chalk white crystals. One on this side. I'm going to use the bigger side. I'm going to put another one, small one over here. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this too. I'll make sure it's not over the side of the nail too much. Now I'm going to apply a top coat. Cover everything. And cure for 30 seconds. Okay, after it's been cured, the design has finished. Hope you like it. If you have any questions, welcome to join my Facebook Nailevision support group, and you can show off your homeworks and ask questions about the tutorials and everything. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share and subscribe. I'll see you at my next videos.